Hi and welcome to Bournemouth University International College. Language, Bitesize. Today we're going to be looking at the do's and don'ts of academic style in writing. This is particularly important to ensure your essay has the correct tone and register. Now, academic English is quite different to the English that we speak day to day. What might seem normal in spoken English is generally avoided in academic writing. So, let's have a look at the do's. Firstly, linking words. These are words that connect your sentences and paragraphs together to help structure your essay. They include words like although, however, despite, in spite of, due to, therefore, furthermore. A range of these words ensures avoiding repetition, but also avoiding very simple high-frequency linking words like but, and because. Number 2, complex sentences. Do try to show a range of structures in your writing. For example, conditional sentences, relative clauses. These make your sentences and indeed your entire essay sound a lot more interesting and shows the range of language that you can use. Importantly, tentative language. This could also be called hedging or cautious language. This includes simple things like modal verbs, may, might, could. Other fixed expressions like tend to. By using cautious language, you avoid making strong statements or facts and allow room for argument in your essay. Now, we'd also use verbs of reference. These include suggest, claims, indicate, argues. These are very important and commonly used in academic writing. An important tense that we use in academic English is the passive. The passive is commonly used to avoid I and personal pronouns. So, it has been argued. It could be said. It's also important to use real numbers and of course percentages. This is particularly true if you are researching a paper and you have the time to find out facts and figures. So rather than saying some people thought that, you would have 56% of people, over half of people. Make sure that you have got your figures correct. Now, the don'ts. Firstly, vague time references. Nowadays, a long time ago. This is not clear. It's much better to put specific decades, dates, years, or even in the last decade. Avoid generalisations and assumptions. All women enjoy shopping. This can be argued. You cannot say that all women enjoy shopping because there are bound to be some that don't. Next, remember an academic essay is not personal. So, personal adverbs or phrases expressing your opinion are to be avoided. These include things like luckily, remarkably, undeniably. Avoid them. Right, now you might like using and learning slang outside of the classroom, but that is where it belongs at university. In academic English, we do not use slang. To say kids is great when you're out with your friends, but when you are writing an academic essay, you would say children. Make sure you learn the difference between slang English and more formal expressions. Next, contractions. Don't, won't, can't. Should be, do not, will not, cannot. Yes, they are important to use when you are speaking, but that is where they should really stay. Contractions are a form of spoken English or text messages, but do certainly not belong in an academic essay. Something else to avoid in academic writing: abbreviations. ETC, ASAP. These are not formal and should not be used under any circumstances. So, no abbreviations. Now, some of you may come from countries where you can use rhetorical questions in academic essays. Generally speaking, in the UK, we would avoid rhetorical questions. So, in your essay, you might want to write, why is it that global warming is such a problem? Change this and make it into a statement. One of the factors that contributes to global warming is. Now, for many colloquial verbs that we use in English, get, like, there is an academic equivalent. For example, get is a verb that can have many different meanings, but we can use an academic equivalent like obtain. If you look at the link attached to this video, you will find some great websites where you can learn the academic word list. Okay, words that state unclear numbers. A lot of, some. In academic English, this is far too vague. We want to know how much, 20%, 50%. Let's go back to that personal pronoun. I, we. Avoid this. Much better to use passive structures. In my opinion, I'm of the opinion. No, you would not use phrases like this in an academic essay. At university, we avoid I under any circumstances. Right, finally and importantly, phrasal verbs. Generally, we would avoid phrasal verbs. Find out should be discover. However, there are a few exceptions where there are collocations. For example, carry out research. Make sure that you learn which phrasal verbs are appropriate to use in academic English. There we go, the do's and don'ts of academic writing style. If you follow this advice, then you are sure to improve your overall essay writing and have the correct tone and register. Thank you for watching.